All right, we're here in northern Kentucky. Good Spirits, Wine, and Tobacco. We're going to check out the store, see if they've got anything good on the shelves, and if we can walk away with anything. Okay, here we are. Kentucky Owl. Haven't had anything from down home. Hemingway Rye. That's the first edition. It was a sellout, $122.99. Peerless. Double Oaked is not here. That would be what I would be looking for if I was going to grab a Peerless. The Calumet wine is a pretty good steal for 15-year whiskey, $135. 16-year-old whiskey, $152. Rabbit Hole. I'd go with the High Gold. This is delicious. Good things with the Derringer as well. Still can't seemingly find the rye single barrel, but they've got the new Jack Daniel's Bonded Rye. Very good selection here. Heard good things about the Southern Star Paragon. Augusta Old Route 8. Good stuff. All right, here's the 6. I'd take the 6 over the 7 right now. I don't think the 7's as good, but to each their own. I've heard great things about the 5. Supposedly that's the best batch so far. I haven't had a chance to try that, but I liked the 6. People started to knock that. This is one I've never heard of. Rattlesnap. Tennessee straight whiskey. But it's bottled by Log Still Distillery in Kentucky. The Old Pepper Single Malt, Bourbon, and Rye. Good single barrel picks there. Buzzard's Roost. My guys over here at Lucky 7, JP and Michael. Pioneer 6 years. Single barrel there, but I don't think you can go wrong with anything on this line. This hold up, tried that at Kentucky Bourbon Fest. Fantastic. 9-year whiskey. Fantastic stuff coming in at 100 proof. Luca single barrel. Good stuff from Luca. If you haven't tried that as well, I just got a couple of bottles sent to me from Master Distiller Jennifer, so I'm gonna have to dive into those here on the podcast here soon. And of course, Starlight. Here's a bottle that you probably haven't heard too much about. E.J. Curley Bourbon Whiskey. It's Kentucky straight bourbon. The single barrel, pretty good price on those too. $53.99 and $73.99. They're really starting to get up and coming. I would give them a try if you haven't. Very good Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. I don't think you'd be disappointed on that route. Oh man, they've got the entire basic Bardstown collection. Decent prices on the Origin Series Bib and the High Rye, but that's a little high. Of course, barrel. Bernheim Barrel Proof. So this is the A223. So that came out this February. It's right around where it should be, $79.99. What do you guys think about these Oceans? Is it just a gimmick, or is it any good? The stuff I've had is okay. Booker's. It's pretty overpriced though. Should be right around $80. We're looking at $139.90. I wouldn't pay for that, but of the bunch, this is 0302, 2202. This is probably the best that I've had out of that batch. Pinky's batch, but this is Kentucky Tea batch. $139.99. One of the newer bottles out there, blackened collaboration with Rabbit Hole. I don't see a price on that. West Henderson at 145. Oh look, Buffalo Trace on the shelf, $39.99. White dog. Oh, they've got all three of the white dogs. For those of you who don't know, that's what it looks like before it goes into a bourbon barrel. They call it White Dog, they call it New Make, you may have heard of White Lightning, Moonshine is what some people call it. Penelope line. A little pricey, but not a bad buy. Toast series is good. Of course, you got your generic Michters, Larceny, Elijah Craig. And here's another brand that if you haven't tried it yet, you need to. Broken Barrel. What they do is they'll take Kentucky straight bourbon, they'll break a literal barrel, and they'll finish in the staves. So they'll take the staves of the barrel that they broke. So that's an ex-bourbon barrel, new French oak, and then sherry cask finish oak, and they'll put it in there and mix this to finish it. So this is with peach brandy. So 70% of that was peach brandy, 30% was French oak. Got to meet the owner and Seth Bernheim, guy in charge of breaking all the barrels. Great dude. If you haven't tried them out yet, that's pretty affordable for some good whiskey. Here's a brand you may not have heard of before. They're popping up a lot on social media. FKNG, For Kings, Not Gods. Haven't had it yet, may be walking out with that one today. Old Elk Single Barrel, 2022, straight bourbon. And look at here, we've got some Miller. And I wonder how much those are going for. Another single barrels. Starlight Umbrana. Old Brown 8. There's the Double Oak and the Little Book. Weller Special Reserve. Nope, not for 99. There we go. Old Louisville. Old Carter.
Hello.
Hello.
So they had a pretty decent selection. I think that they were overpriced on a lot of their allocated stuff, as well as a lot of just their higher end bottles. Otherwise, though, a pretty good selection. I'd go check them out if I were in town, if I were you. I walked away with Jack Daniel's Bonded Rye. We're going to give it a try, so look out for a future.